So, students, yesterday we introduced food webs and talked about how changing just one little thing can cause huge problems for other organisms all throughout the web, right? Well, how does that affect the predator-prey relationships in that ecosystem? Let's think about it. That is what we're going to talk about today. Now, first, we need to establish what a predator is. Basically, when we talk about a predator, it's the animal that hunts down and eats the other animal. You can see that there's a lion here. Lions hunt down and eat lots of animals. In most cases, the lion would be considered the predator. And when we talk about prey, well, that's just the animal that gets hunted and gets eaten. A lot of things eat earthworms. A lot of things hunt and eat earthworms. But earthworms don't hunt and eat very many things. So earthworms are often the prey. But don't be so quick to put an animal in just one of those categories, as an animal can be a predator in one situation, but prey in another. In one situation, it can be doing the hunting, and in another situation, it can be getting hunted. Think about it. Snakes eat mice, right? So in that situation, the snake would be the predator, and the mouse would be the prey. But birds also eat snakes. So in that situation, the bird would be the predator, and the snake would actually be the prey. So what does this have to do with a food chain? Well, as we said yesterday, food chains chart the flow of energy in an ecosystem, which can sometimes get pretty crazy. So, let's say mice went extinct, which means they no longer exist. This would affect the predator-prey situation because snakes would have to find new food. In order to do that, they would probably have to begin living and hanging out in a different area to find a substitute to those delicious mice. Well, if snakes moved or even died from a lack of food, birds would have to adapt or start hanging out in areas that have more mice because their old stomping grounds would have significantly fewer birds. And the animal that is a predator to the birds would have to hang out somewhere new or find new food because there'd be fewer birds around. And the cycle just goes on and on. Just like we touched upon yesterday, it is vital that we remember that even one little tiny change in the food web can totally affect the organization of the entire ecosystem. In terms of the predator-prey relationships, which just basically means the way in which the food web flows, many animals would simply have a really hard time finding food if there was even just one little tiny change in the web. Pretty crazy, right?